through it together. Hop, you got any news or traffic or anything you need to do?
Yeah.
Great. Jim Lauderdale can just be on hold, Hop.
Oh, is he on the
there.
phone? Is he on the phone?
Yeah.
Oh, well, then let's do that. Let's get to him. So, because I don't want to keep him on hold.
I kind of do, though. I kind of irritated with him a little bit right now.
Why? Yeah. Good enough to call in, and you want to be a dork.
If you knew how cool this guy is or what his job is, it's properly irritating. We're joined on the program by Americana legend. That's actually true. Jim Lauderdale. Jim, good morning. How are you?
Well, good morning. Fine.
And
listen, I'm sorry. What did I do? I didn't mean to irritate you.
Okay, you get to every single day First of all, you get sit next to Buddy Miller and do a radio show every day, which, if I got to do that one time, I'd be good to retire. You get to hang out with the coolest people in the world day in, day out, rub elbows with all of my heroes in the music business, which you are also one of. That's just man, I want to be you when I grow up.
Well, now don't say that. You'll grow up to be a very immature person. But, hey, well, look, let me set your mind at ease, because the show I do with Buddy, we only do it once a week.
Right.
But they rerun it 7 times. So there you go. Now, don't be irritated with me anymore.
All right. No, here's what'll make me feel better. Tell me Buddy Miller is an awful person and a terrible guitar player. Anything that'll make me feel better about the whole situation. You got anything?
He's so busy that I hardly have time to eat breakfast with him.
Yeah.
How about that? There you go. I mean, I can't tell you how many times I've said, Buddy, let's do this or that, and he goes, I can't. I'm too busy.
Yeah, I've got a recording session with Emmylou Harris or Robert Plant or just any of the people.
Plant. I know it. I talked to him last night, and I said, well, can we do this evening? He goes, no, I've still been rehearsing with Robert Plant and Alison Krauss for the last 3 days for this Lead Belly tribute we're going to do at the Kennedy Center coming up. So, I know.
And you're in the same boat. You are constantly writing songs for and playing with some of the best musicians in the world. You are the host of the Americana Music Awards that they do every year. I get invited every year, and I've never been, but everybody talks about how great a job you do hosting that.
Well, thanks. Well, yeah, come out. You'd really enjoy it. It is an incredible thing, and we do have really, you're talking about these heroes and people. I do get to, see these great folks and stand in the wings while the Robert Plants and Elvis Costellos and Patty Griffins and Bonnie Raitt get up there, and it's a dream. It's really great.
It's a tough job. And when they first told me they were thinking about getting you, I said, you'll never get Lauderdale. He's not coming to Bakersfield. He's too big a deal. I was wrong. You'll be here at the Bakersfield Museum of Art this Sunday.
Yes, which I'm really looking forward to. And, Bakersfield, see, you guys that live there, now y'all are lucky. I mean, for us out here in other parts of the country, and I did get to live in L.A. for a few years a while back, and then luckily Buck Owens would invite me out to sing at these birthday bashes he'd have at the Crystal Palace. And I just come in and out of town real quick, usually, unfortunately. But Bakersfield is, to us, is this kind of energy musical vortex where, so much important stuff emerged from, and so you guys are very lucky.
Well, Buck and Merle will put you on the map musically pretty fast.
Yeah.
And by the way, I can tell you, Merle is a big fan. I was the last time I saw I was here. I got on the bus, and one of your songs is called "No Later Than Soon," which is one of my favorites. Just kind of caught my ear instantly. I'm like, oh my God, you guys are listening to Jim Lauderdale. I feel quite at home here.
Oh my gosh! Well, that makes my day to know that. But yeah, he is really something, and I know a few guys in the band. Scott Joss is still playing fiddle with him, and Floyd Domino playing piano. 2 guys that I used to work with, and Taras Herdanyuk. It took me a long time to pronounce his name right. I was playing bass, and Jim Christie playing drums, and so he's just got such a great band, of course, always, and Merle's still sounding so good.
And by the way, speaking of which, I know you're pretty modest about this stuff, but you have also played with and written for all of the greats. There are so many people out there. Is somebody who just listens to the radio and they hear this dumb hat country, this bro country that people play these days, your name might not resonate, but you mentioned Jim Lauderdale to a guy like Merle or a guy like Dwight Yoakam or a guy like, pick Elvis Costello, and you're a musician's musician.
Well, thank you. I really appreciate that. I've been slugging away at it for a while, and every once in a while I do get lucky and something sticks, and I get a song picked up by somebody good, or get to sing harmony with somebody on a record or tour, and so there's a lot of ups and downs in this business, but when that kind of stuff happens, it makes it all worthwhile.
Yeah, and when you write hit songs for people like George Strait, that's going to give you enough of an income that you can count on, that you can go out and do all these other projects and do this stuff that you really love to do.
You're absolutely right. It gives me the wherewithal to be able to then go out and lose money. It's really, on the stuff I try to do, sometimes, like last year, I put out 4 records, which was, I did them on my own because, a record company with any sense, goes, look, we'll put out something maybe, every 18 months, but not that. But I have a lot of things I want to get out there. So,
and they're always brilliant. Everything that you record, everything that you do personally, people don't have an appreciation for tone anymore. They don't have an appreciation for phrasing anymore. And when you hear records made by people who do, and again, not to beat Buddy Miller into the ground, but he's another one of those guys that every time he plucks a string on a guitar, it means something. And guys
it really does. You're absolutely right. He is just, oh God, he's a great producer and singer and songwriter and guitar player. We just were in the studio and the record came out. Now, do you have Cracker Barrels?
No, we do not. I go to the one in Kerrville, Texas. That's the only Cracker Barrel I go to.
Okay, well then people could get it online. But we just produced an album for Ralph Stanley, and he's 88 now, and he's still sounding great. Of course, he's a bluegrass legend, and we had a bunch of interesting folks. You were mentioning Robert Plant and Elvis Costello. They're both on there, and then Leanne Womack and Del McCurry and some really good folks. But it is real inspiring for a man like that to still be out there on the road a lot and recording, and his voice still sounds great.
Well, he's Ralph Stanley. He's the man.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, here's another thing you could do on the show for me if you could do this. I want a rumor to get out that I've been romantically linked to Elizabeth Cook.
Okay.
And she loves you to death.
Well, she's a sweetheart.
She came on the show.
I'll be glad to get that rumor out.
Thank you. She came on the show once and talked to me for 5 minutes because my friend Bob Mitchell saw her in Nashville and he knew what a fan I am. But all of that crew that you guys have over there. That Outlaw Country deal. Boy, they just couldn't have handpicked a better bunch of people on there. But Cowboy Jack Clement and Shooter Jennings and Elizabeth Cook and it's great.
Well, it's a cool, a nice thing they got. I'm glad to be part of it.
Yeah, there's not a minute
I say though. Now we only do it once a week, but they replay them. So now Elizabeth, she's on there 5 days live. With 5 new shows a week.
Well, what I do with it though is because I'm in and out of the car or whatever, I just kind of ride it like a wave. I get a little bit. I hear every minute of it, but I get it in chunks, and it's phenomenal. And you guys, you guys know all these people, and these people respect you guys, and it really comes across in the show that these guys are the real deal. And people talk to. Somebody will get interviewed by a knucklehead like me that doesn't know anything. That's not like getting interviewed by Jim Lauderdale or Buddy Miller. you guys draw stuff out of artists that's just it's just a remarkable thing to listen to.
Well, thanks a lot. And now, see, I go out there and I try to ride the wave, and I usually wipe out. So,
well, you're on the road a little bit more than the average person. How many shows do you probably do? What, a couple hundred shows a year?
Not quite. I do about 150 probably.
What? Seriously, that's every other day, man. That's a lot of shows.
Well, it's a fair amount.
Well, and it pays the bills. Well, here's the thing. I have to work on Sunday, and it's one of those deals where I've got a pile of work that's got to get done, and I don't get to leave until it's done. But I will, man. I'm going to try to be at this show. A lot of people know, I've seen Jim play live before, and he is an absolute consummate showman. He's got the songs, he's got the dance moves, the choreography, the guitar playing. Is this going to be a solo deal, or are you bringing anybody with you?
Yes, it is. Yeah, it's just a solo show this time.
Good.
And so I'll have to come back with a band.
Yeah, we definitely need to get that done. Jim, seriously, thanks for taking the time today.
Thank you. Thanks so much for having me on. And, folks, please come out. And I'll be doing a little bit of everything. I'll be doing some songs I wrote for other people, and I've got 26 albums. And
you got the material. And a movie, but I bought the movie. I downloaded it last night, but I haven't watched it yet. So if I come I may come running in there demanding my money back. We'll see how it goes.
You'll laugh, you'll cry.
Yeah, seriously, this guy has a movie made about his life and career. There's not a lot of people that can say that. Well, Mr. Lauderdale, we're looking forward to the show. I thank you for coming to our little town, and we will see you on Sunday.
Thanks a lot. I'm looking forward to it.
All right, thanks, brother. And give Buddy Miller a high five. Tell him it's from me.
I will. I sure will.
All right, thanks, buddy. I appreciate it. That's the great Jim Lauderdale right there. And get the movie. And just watch. Go to JimLauderdale.com and just watch the trailer for the movie as they put it together. He is just a fascinating individual. Came from North Carolina. Dad was a preacher. His mom was a musician. And the list, it's an amazing story. I haven't seen the long version of the film, but I'm really looking forward to it. We got to take a break because we're crazy late. We'll do that and be right back. It's First Look program. It's News Talk 1180 and the new 96.1 KERN.